Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for chapter 424, Tower of God, Season 3, Episode 7. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I kind of felt like, I was like, okay, that's a good chapter. Not too much to discuss though. But then, again, like usual, I read through a bunch and took notes on it and ended up with a friggin' hella ton of notes. So yeah, not sure how long this video will or won't be, but let's talk about it from the beginning so I don't forget anything. Not counting the kind of recap-ish stuff at the beginning we always have. But yeah, Varagarv unleashes the Blood Tamara, which doesn't totally make sense given that the Blood Tamara was supposed to be something dissolved in his blood to make him, like, physically invulnerable. But whatever, he unleashes it as some sort of power somehow and is blocked by Baam. There is really great art in the exchange between Baam and Varagarv. I like a lot of the panels a lot. And I love Baam showing his personality more in the way he talks with Varagarv. We get a flashback to 2 years earlier to Ha-Chai, and I totally didn't even notice that this guy was from the Ha family. I was just like, oh yeah, his name's Ha-Chai, whatever. I didn't even sort of put it together in the live reaction that he was from the Ha family. I don't know why. I guess it just seemed like such a normal name, and he didn't look like one of the Ha family members since they all pretty much look the same. So maybe that's what threw me off, but I didn't even realize it in my live reaction. But yeah, he refused eternal youth and becoming a ranker. So eternal youth was something that's been granted to some people. This made it almost seem as if it's sort of offered to every person becoming a ranker. If that is some sort of rewrite that CU's going for, it's fine, it's whatever. But yeah, this made it seem like it was something that all rankers get, whereas before it seemed like it was something special. But either way, he decides to teach Baam after Baam comes there just to ask for his teaching and guidance. But he's going to teach Baam from zero, from the beginning. Baam hits a really cool zero attack on Zero Wave Explosion on Varagarv, and Varagarv starts yelling, and apparently he's undergoing transformation. And we learn about the Canine People bloodline, and Yama and Dang Dang are part of that. That's why they have dog ears. They're furries, and I guess because of the blood fusion and injecting blood, that's how they turn the other people into combat dogs, maybe. Yeah, they're dog people. So only Yama can use full transformation, apparently, and if furry form isn't for full transformation, then I guess maybe he turns, full on into a dog, or maybe he's the only one who can control furry form. I don't know. But they say it's a power that's kind of usually awoken by chance in people, and that it's very painful the first time it activates, so Varagarv's probably going to be out for a while because of it. So I like this. Varagarv loses, Baam gets to show off how much he's grown, Baam gets to look badass, but it doesn't ruin Varagarv's character by having him get his ass kicked or anything. If anything, he's getting a power-up out of this. So if anything, Varagarv's gaining from the exchange, whereas Baam totally gained from the exchange by showing off his growth and getting to look like an absolute badass. So it really worked out for both characters really well. It's so hilarious, such a good panel and moment, where because of this explanation, Baam just decides to nope it out of there. The next panel we see is Baam in mid-goofy runaway pose. It was so good. So, yeah, Baam just decides to nope it out of there. Oh, he's going to be in pain? I don't care. I'm not going to fight him. I'm leaving. All of that was so good. Instead of, like what Dang Dang was saying, killing him while he was indisposed, or instead of being like, I'm gonna wait around and fight him on an even field like a real man after he has his power-ups, like sort of generic shonen protagonist stuff, Baam's like, oh, he's getting a power-up? No thanks, I'm just leaving, I have better things to do. It was so good, I love it. Dang Dang learns that Baam is Juvial Grace and decides, you know what, if anything, that makes me trust you even more. So after meeting up with Louis again, he decides to trust Baam and go to Yama. Only Baam, Dang Dang, and Louis are invited to Yama's place, so Haku takes the others away for now. So Yule seemed like he was really excited to see to see Yama's place. And also, he was thinking to himself, not saying out loud. If he was saying out loud, this isn't what I expected, this isn't what I wanted, I would have been like, oh, so it's just a joke scene. He wants to see Yama's place because he thinks it's cool. But he was thinking it to himself, and him thinking it to himself makes me think something more devious. So, was he just falling in under Baam, becoming a teammate of his to try to get to Yama? Is that what his goal was? Is this what Yule wanted? Because him thinking to himself, this isn't what I wanted, this isn't what I expected, whatever, makes me kind of feel like Yule, part of his plan was going to see Yama. It seems a little bit more sinister than jokey, since he didn't just say it out loud as sort of a comedic, whiny type thing. It was more of an internal, oh shit, not going to plan kind of thing. But, yeah, I love the Baam-kun and Rak reunion. All that was really, really good. We learned that Baam is actually, he's not just trying to copy Kun's hairstyle, but he's growing his hair out, and it's not as long as he wants it yet. So, I like it. Long-haired Baam is cool. I'm totally cool with this. So, yeah, I like it. And I like the new design where it's at right now. So, yeah, I'm cool with the way Baam looks right now. It's good right now. I think this is my favorite incarnation of Baam. It's only been 7 episodes, but this Season 3 version, I like it better than the Season 1 version. I definitely like it better than Hell Train Baam. Hell Train Baam is cool and had a lot of cool fights and stuff, but at the same time, character-wise, I feel like Hell Train Baam is the most boring Baam. So yeah, like him better than like personality-wise and design-wise, like him better than Hell Train Baam. That's kind of like Valley Baam. Then Peak Baam before this was Juvial Grace Baam, like Return of the Prince Baam. So it's even better than that, I think. So yeah, top Baam is Season 3 Baam. Then after that we've got what did happen next? Okay, yeah. So Baam tells Kun that he's going to get Deng Deng and Louie to be freed, even if he has to fight Yama to do it. We get to see Yama, or just furry Kirishima, getting word that Viol has Deng Deng and he's on the way there. We get to see Deng Deng's father Gado, and that's kind of about it. We still don't know why he needs Deng Deng for this festival, but it's something that he needs Deng Deng for, and he's planning to turn him into a fighting dog. So, yeah, that's about it. Lots of things in the blog I found were kind of important. So some of the things that CU said in the blog were that Baam's zero techniques are weaker than the floral butterfly techniques, and that makes sense because it is just Baam using his base Shinsu control. There's no real inner power involved, there's no thorn involved. This is just Baam's base strength. So that's why the zero powers are weaker than the floral butterfly ones. He also says that Ha-Chai is weaker than Baam's past trainers. And again, that makes sense. And he brings up that Evankel had to have had a reason for introducing him, and we can infer that that's because Ha-Chai is someone who is trained to the fullest extent as a regular. So I think it's cool to have Ha-Chai train Baam. He's someone who's trained to the fullest extent as a regular but hasn't become a ranker, but he's weaker than the rankers that have trained Baam. So it's almost like this thing where we learn, yeah, regulars can be hella strong. They can be somebody who has kind of earned all the rights to be a ranker, but it also adds in a little bit of mystery. There's something there about rankers that even peak regular is not ranker. I mean, peak regular might be stronger than some of the weaker rankers, but peak regular is under even like generic ranker. So that's kind of interesting. Or even they said that the data version of Kun Edwan was stronger than him as one of Baam's past trainers. And data version of Kun Edwan lets us know that this guy who is trained to the peak physical ranker abilities is weaker than a quarter of the way up the tower version of one of the 10 family heads, again building up the 10 family heads as ungodly strong people. So I find it interesting that there's something about being a ranker that even though this guy trained to a peak is a regular, there's just this plateau there where he couldn't get to where there's, I mean, high rankers definitely are stronger than him, but he couldn't get to where some rankers are, even as peak regular. And of course we know there can always be exceptions to that, like White is technically not a ranker. At least I don't think, I mean, unless something's been changed. White's not technically a ranker, but he has high ranker strength, because instead of climbing to the top of the tower like a normal person, he decided to go off and eat souls in all these countries and stuff. So White is an exception to this rule. Other stuff that was mentioned in the blog was that Baam and Kun are both happy to reunite, but they spoke on the phone before reuniting there in person, which totally makes sense, and I'm glad that that little detail just gets thrown in the blog. That's kind of the thing that I like the blog for, when we get little details like that thrown in. But he mentions that Kun can't be totally happy because he's never liked Baam working with FUG, so he's can't be totally ecstatic with Baam working with FUG. And I think that's good to throw in some nuance there. It's not like all of Baam's friends are like, yes, we are just going to support you unconditionally no matter what you run off to do. Kun is going to support Baam and believe in him, but at the same time he is going to have his own feelings about FUG and not necessarily wanting Baam to work with them. So I do like that there is that bit of nuance there, and it's not all so simplistic. So yeah, some thoughts as a whole here at the end to throw in. I feel like some things from the past have been kind of abandoned or ignored. But if you ignore that, like some examples, the Blood Tamara being somehow able to be used as some kind of power-up now. We kind of haven't, in this whole arc, we haven't really mentioned the other Mad Dogs, though they might later. We haven't really mentioned the blood fusion, even though that was something that was built up as being important to Yama's character. But again, that might be something that's brought up in the future. But if you just ignore that and say, okay, we're not focusing on what seemed like it was going to be important, but instead we're focusing on this canine people bloodline, then it's good for what it is. So yeah, I loved the reunion there. I thought that Baam this chapter got to show off his personality in a lot of different scenes, and I love that. Like I said, when it comes to design and personality, this is my favorite incarnation of Baam so far. Hell, even powers, seeing him use his base Shinsu control powers, to me is interesting, or more interesting than him throwing out a bunch of power-ups and like jumping from Thorn to True Power to Black March, and like he was in the last station arc where he's just jumping from power-up to power-up. Instead, we're getting to see him use his base abilities, which I think is really cool. So yeah, this is probably my favorite incarnation of Baam, just 7 chapters in. And yeah, he got to show off his growth as well, things that have happened for him over the past 2 years. And Varagarv as well got defeated, which helped elevate Baam's character, but it also doesn't really hurt Varagarv's character because he gets a power-up out of this too. So yeah, I'd give it 8 dog people out of 10. I loved it. I think it was good in basically every way I can think of. There wasn't really anything that sets out, or like that stands out as, oh crap, that's an incredible series defining moment or anything, but yeah, it was just good all the way through. So I loved it. 8 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed it too. If you did like the video, comment down there, tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my thoughts on it and all that. Subscribe for more. Tower of God, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want, and I can talk to you there, keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. If you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us about this series or anything else there, then just ask and I can give you a link to that. So yeah, that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.